Welcome to the Divorce Double Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Rachel. Follow us as we dive into all the positive and negatives of post-divorce recovery. Stay tuned for some real and sometimes raw end-of-the-road divorce topics. Please put on your big pants because we're full of honesty, authenticity, and irrefutable truths.
This progressive podcast ain't for the faint-hearted. Enjoy. Welcome,
Oh, we're starting.
everybody out there, to Divorce Double episode 93, 7 away from 100. We have a special one for the 100 that we're trying to get together and get that going. So
listen for the
Lisa.
details.
Yeah, listen for details. So David and Rachel talking about the zombie, what was it again?
The zombie phase of divorce.
The zombie phase of divorce.
It was a term that we came up with one of the podcasts, and we're like,
It's like the first part, 0 to a week.
Yeah.
That's when you're a zombie.
Yeah, and so we decided to elaborate on it because there's a lot that goes into that, and I don't know that you actually know you're in it.
Nope.
Until you've come out on the other side when you no longer need to eat brains.
Or eat your own brain.
Yeah. Or realize that your brain has left the building. So I feel like the zombie stage for me was when there was so much chaos. I had no control. I thought I was
Control.
Okay, Janet Jackson.
Right. Good tone too, because you recognized it.
I did.
Yes.
I did. Well, I've been listening to some Janet Jackson, some 80s R&B and some Janet Jackson, some SWV.
Give me a beat.
Give me a beat. Okay, so anyway.
That's all you know. But it's okay.
I do. I listen to it. So my zombie phase was I worked in a school where it's very tight knit people. Everybody knows everybody. And I knew everybody because I was a school nurse. My ex went about handling things not nicely and threatening. And, again, I did not take care of myself. So the easy thing to do was not care about myself.
Yep.
Well, the only thing I think that kept me afloat was Logan. And I think I've said this before where like drinking became my vice when I wasn't with him. And then this thing went off. This thing clicked and says, I cannot be in this state before I'm with him because then I'm recovering from all the things that were happening when I didn't have him. So my zombie state was only caring about he had food, he had sleep, he had the things he needs for school, and then I'm going to work. Like when I was at work, I can't remember a single day those first 2 months. Like what?
So it's almost like driving to work every day. You do the same thing over and over again, and you don't remember how you got there. So it's almost like divorce is a virus, and the virus causes you to be a zombie. Therefore, divorce is the virus that causes you to be a zombie.
That's exactly it. And it's one of those things where you are trying to grasp at anything that feels like a normal, but everything has changed already. So it kind of looks familiar, but it definitely looks different. So as a zombie, you are just doing the motions to survive. And a lot of times we stop taking care of ourselves. Like I stopped eating, stopped sleeping.
You look like a zombie.
You absolutely do. Like you just don't look healthy. And, you may glow up too, but it's not in a healthy manner. Like you're not taking care of your basic needs. In this case, eating, sleeping, all that stuff. You're going through the motions, but you're having to feel them outside of support. Cause like, I did not want anybody to know I'm always a happy person, whatever. Someone's like, what's wrong with you? And I would start crying. Like, I don't want to talk about it at work. I don't want to deal with it. And I would hibernate unless I was going out. And a lot at one point I was planning to go out every night. So I didn't have to use my brains. Right.
Got you.
So, I want a breakfast, dinner, lunch date. Oh yeah, let's go to the movies. Let's do this. Heck, can anybody free for this?
Stay busy.
And then, especially when I went to the divorce group, the support group, it was like, oh, well, we're doing this, this, and this. Oh yeah, let me sign up. I need to be all in this, all immersed because I'm with like-minded people or like life people because they're going through the same motions I am technically.
So do you want to tell them that going through the zombie phase is normal?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of the zombie phase. Embrace the zombie phase.
Yeah. And I think we had mentioned too, like you don't really realize you're going through it until you're coming out the other end. So you're digging out of that grave of, your marriage.
The grave. The grave of divorce and marriage.
Yeah. So you're okay. I'm out. I'm
Thriller.
Thriller. I mean, when we get the hand, we got it. YouTube people.
Creatures crawled in search of blood.
Very good.
Yeah. All right.
I liked it. Yeah. I mean, we don't have the rights to that song, so stop singing.
Your neighborhood.
I'd have got an extra bazillion dollars to send to the Jackson family.
Yeah. Or the Vincent Price family.
Oh yeah, because he's singing it too.
Shh,
stop it. Yeah,
and it's close to Halloween too.
Oh yeah, right.
So we could have a zombie episode for Halloween.
I think we should dress up as zombies and like do a remote thing downtown. But anyway,
so normal.
That'd be fun. just like this and go
just like
going
this.
through a divorce.
Yes.
Went through a divorce, post-divorce. But yeah, like it really is, you know, it takes that rock bottom to come dig yourself out of the hole that you're in and, you know, see what the positives are going to be. Because, you know, it's a roller coaster. There's not one way to deal with it, one way to, you know, heal from it.
So many different ways.
You got to try everything. Yep. Try what you're willing to try, you know. Yep. And I think I'll divorce in general, a lot of people step out of their comfort zone and then they find who they are.
I think stepping out of your comfort zone is one of the keys to healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going and singing karaoke when you have no tone, right, David?
What? Yeah. Thriller. I don't think so.
I mean, everybody knows that song. It's not a hard one.
That's what she said.
Oh, they were pulling that out of our pocket. Woo, woo.
That's what she said.
I literally did. Actually did.
Anyway.
Do you think zombie phase or zombie, you know, divorce stuff is different for men and women? Or do you think because men process different than women and, you know?
I think it is from an emotional standpoint that men tend to suppress their emotions. Mm-hmm. So they go through the hurt with less, without showing it. Mm-hmm. But women are emotional, so they wear it on their sleeves. You know, our emotions are in our cuffs, in our socks.
Right.
So there's no way for someone to tell what a man is going through. But we go through hell just like you guys do.
So you know, we all know that David did divorce recovery. When you were doing divorce recovery and it's early on, what stage do you think the zombie came out for men?
I would say at the beginning, because there was a 7 weeks course. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe a week or two in.
Okay.
Maybe they realized, or maybe they came to grips with the fact that they were going through the zombie phase. Mm-hmm. Women, right off the bat. Man,
oh yeah.
First meeting, man. Mm-hmm. We had a couple of criers.
Crushed.
Man. Yeah, crushed.
You're crushed.
Yeah.
Your brain cannot fathom the fact that you're no longer in a marriage.
You know, that Venus and Mars thing is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And I don't think I think, you know, especially in today's society when there's so many labels or sensitivities for just humans, right? We're all just humans, but we do process things different. Like
correct.
My best friend and I process things way different. She's more of a, you know, I'm not hurt, I'm fine, everybody's an asshole. Where I'm like, why is everybody an asshole? Like, you know, so there's definitely, but then you do get that cynical, shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear a word you say, like all men suck. Speaking from a woman, like, nope, we're done. You're all players. Oh, guess what? Women are now all going to be players because we have learned what the player phase means. Like, we get it. But it's taboo for women to say that, where men are like, oh, I'm going to sleep with whoever I can or do this or whatever. Blah,
so
blah.
With men, it's player phase. With women, it's hoe phase.
Yeah.
Or can men be a hoe?
Men can be hoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you met some of our friends?
True value. Garden tools. Yeah.
Have you met some of our friends?
Yes. Oh, duh. Yes. I will.
Yes. So,
duh.
Okay, people. When you watch YouTube, the light bulb actually went off over his head. Yeah. So I feel like if we can make it more normal to say you're going to go through this phase where you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going. Then you have like, I'm very intimidated by court systems. Like, I'm just like, I'm in trouble. Why am I in trouble? Well, I'm not in trouble. I'm going through divorce, but I got to go to the courthouse. I got to sign this. I got to go talk to a judge. I have to do this. I got to do that. That's intimidating for a lot of people. So a lot of people, myself included, shut down.
I hated the court system part.
See?
Hated it.
Because you're like,
hated it.
Now you've seen
even
my
though
face.
Understood it.
Yeah.
I hated it because once again, I had no control.
Someone else had your future in in their
Yep.
hands. And I honestly think that, I don't know now, but you can tell if a judge is in a favor of a certain person, right? And I know, like, there was a lot of, for instance, like, well, what does dad do? What does this know? I'm like, oh, we're doing this amicably. I can't say the word right now.
Amicably.
That word.
Yep.
Sorry. So we don't want to fight until we have to, or not fight, but we don't want any waves.
Animosity.
We don't want to make it
more difficult than it already is.
Why'd you cut it off?
I don't know.
That was a dumb move.
I know.
You know I love you.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, so you
Definitely. Oh, God.
Here we go. Welcome back, David. Not to
I'm
be
back.
confused with welcome back, Carter.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, do you think you went through a zombie phase?
Yes.
Do you think everybody goes through a zombie phase?
Not everybody, but I think most. You
Yeah.
know, because some people just don't care. Some people just want to be in and out.
Do you think it's more specific to whether or not you pulled the trigger or if they pulled the
I
trigger?
think so. And I think the zombie phase is also indicative or emotionally indicative on how much you love that person, or how long you were with them, how many kids you have. There's all those factors that kind of tell you what the zombie phase is.
Yeah, and I think if you're blindsided and you didn't see it coming, I mean, once you're out of it a little bit, you kind of say like, oh, that was a red flag. Oh, that was a red flag. That was a red flag. But if you're in the beginning and you're in like the thick of it, you are blindsided and you still love the person and you still don't understand why you're getting divorced. And if you have no idea why this is happening, I think your zombie phase hits really hard. And, a lot of times depression and alcoholism and whatever the other things they can hit you if you don't figure out how to heal too, or step out of the comfort zone and do all that, stuff that you need to do, or go to a support group. Or
what would you say to a person who's just now realizing they're going through a zombie phase? What do you tell that person?
Embrace it. Because it's part of
the healing.
Yeah. Coming out the grave.
Don't stay in it too long though.
No, because dwelling on anything negative, where does that bring you? And, and it's depression. You don't have to have depression to be depressed, right? So we throw around the term, she's depressed or he's depressed. I can get depressed, but that doesn't mean I'm in a depression where I need medication. I just need someone to be like, okay.
Snap out of it. Whoa. I just snapped my hand and it did it.
It was
that's pretty good, huh?
It was like finger snap controlled.
Yeah. Check this out. You ready for this? Have those words of wisdom, right?
Oh gosh, here we go. Everybody listen.
Maybe all the zombies in Thriller were just going through a divorce. They were climbing out of the graves. They were healing. That's deep, huh?
Look at you.
That's deep.
I mean, now you'll never
They didn't have extras. They had people that were going through a divorce.
Right?
Damn.
And half of them don't have makeup because you look shitty sometimes when you're going through that divorce.
You don't need no makeup.
Phase, you're like, well, my eyes are swollen shut, my makeup's running.
Maybe they had like a general call for all people going through a divorce.
If you're in
less than
divorce, 6 months call us.
Past the makeup trailer. Don't go to the makeup trailer.
You're
go
good.
Right past it.
Honey, we love you, but you're good.
Yeah.
Just keep walking. Just keep going down
Teach you
there.
how to do that.
Yeah. Get you a little bit of ripped up clothes. They probably haven't been washing a couple of days or weeks.
It's perfect.
I mean, you literally fit in. And it's okay. And however long you go through it, just make sure you're trying to find a positive. Like, I think that was one of my big deals when I went through the divorce group was you're going to have a ton of shitty minutes, but find 1 or 2 minutes to be positive. And then the next day, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And before you know it, you're like, I had a really good day. I didn't think about it at all until David makes me talk about it.
Yeah. Until you come here every Thursday.
Yeah. So there really is, I think there's, what's the word? Hope, knowing that there's other zombies out there. There's other people going through the shit you're going through. And if you know someone that's going through it, whatever, just know it's normal. Yeah.
God, man, there's a new shirt. Zombie divorce. Divorce zombies.
Mm-hmm. Just
No.
a divorce zombie.
Divorce zombies.
Leave me alone.
DZs. What are you, a DZ? I'm a DZ, baby.
Yeah. What phase of divorce are you in?
DZ.
We should just have like a whole group of shirts, and then you can wear the one that you're feeling that day, so people don't talk to you.
Yeah. Don't talk
Don't
to me.
ask me. I
I'm a
might cry.
DZ. Yeah.
I will cry if you ask me how I'm doing.
Or then there's like HPs, hoe phases.
Oh, dude. Some
We're
girls
gonna
will
have
be
different
wearing
levels of
those
shirts.
out. Some be wearing those out.
Gonna make those extra large.
Some of them need to be like multiple of those shirts in every color.
Actually, yeah, they had different colors. You know, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Remember,
hoe phase.
I don't know,
Thursday,
like
hoe phase.
when you were a kid, like, do you remember like high school, like Thursday was like, if you wore green on Thursday, you were horny, or if you wore like,
What?
yeah. Okay, my school's weird. So
Yeah.
like if you wore red on a certain day.
I went to an all boys high school, remember?
Oh,
There was no horny on Thursday.
What day did you go see the girls' school?
Dude, you got green on. How you
Yeah.
feeling?
I mean, it
Horny.
was kind of like the can't wear white past Labor Day thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's wearing green on Thursday. Huh? You know what that means?
We didn't have that problem. That's why we didn't have any girls there. We didn't have.
Are
any
you
of that
saying
shit.
girls cause your problems?
Yes, duh. I'm
I'm
divorced.
pretty sure the women think the same about men.
Most of my classmates in my high school are very successful because there were no women around to derail them.
Fuck off, David.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for listening, folks. I feel much better now.
That's not going to work for me today,
Okay. Oh.
David.
Yeah, but thank you for telling me. Thank you for asking. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, but that's going to be a no for me.
So
all
we
right.
got the zombie people.
Yeah.
And we want to embrace the zombies. Embrace your zombie.
Because there are, I think
Yeah.
there's probably definite phases of zombieism,
Oh, geez.
right? So you got your
Early zombie,
early zombie,
mid zombie,
no brains yet zombie.
post, soon to be post zombie.
You've only eaten 1 or 2 brains.
Yeah. and that's your own brains. Yeah.
Your brains have been
soon to
digested.
be post zombie, and then post zombie, where all
Folks,
the
we
color
just
comes
come up
back in
with
your
this.
life.
We just come up with this off the cuff.
All,
Off the cuff.
all the color comes back in your face. So that's
I mean, I'm whiter
So-
than white. I got no color.
so you go from post zombie to hoe phase. There's a transition.
Yeah. Well, no,
or
I think
you
no.
can go to hoe phase. Yes.
I think you can be in whole phase while you're going through zombie
No.
because you don't have no feelings. You don't give
No.
a fuck who you hurt. You don't care. You could be a nice guy, but you chew funny or this. But that's my brain's not working. I need to date everybody I can date so I know what I want to date and what I don't want to date. I think you can
That's
absolutely.
post zombie.
No, I think
If you're thinking that far down the pipe, that's
no,
post zombie.
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
a lot of my dating
Yes.
was in a zombie phase
Nope.
because I was like, I don't fucking care.
That's
I
different.
don't like you, but I'm gonna go out. Yeah, we can meet. This is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think you're an idiot. And I think your picture is stupid. Like,
and I have another date in an hour, so hurry up.
yeah, could you eat faster or could you drink that? Because yeah, we're good.
Hoe phase.
Zombie hoe phase. I mean, beautiful.
ZHP.
That sounds like a virus. Like,
See, it is duh, virus zombie. Hello,
is that
ZHP
HPV?
baby,
HPV?
not HPV, CHP,
Okay.
not Hewlett Packard. Zombie hoe phase.
Zombie hoe phase. Because your brain has literally left the building.
Yes.
I mean, serial dating is one of those you're numb. I mean, other than you having like
Can
relationship
people get
shit.
pregnant doing the zombie hoe phase? They probably can.
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
If that involves penises and vaginas, not brains. Well, see, not brains.
There's no brains down there.
That's not. Oh, yes, for sure. Well, don't y'all think with your penis?
Obviously not. Now if you're a zombie, there's no brains down there. It's not
So that's
happening.
perfect for
Yes.
hoe phase.
Yes, hoe phase.
I mean, in a hoe phase, you got no brains in the thing you think with, boys. I mean, although let me tell you.
Uh-oh. Come on.
Let me preach.
Come on.
In the hoe phase of a zombie phase.
So that's 2 phases at once.
Yes.
Okay,
You
they overlap.
are not thinking about shit. So you don't care. And it's not like you're
But your hoe phase and you're trying to get some.
yeah, but
So you
there's
kind of care a little bit.
but there's levels of hoe phasing too. It's like
Oh, Jesus
multiple dating
Christ.
and serial dating. There's so much to talk about, David.
Damn.
Like there's multiple phases of hoe phase too. Like you're just dating. You're not sleeping with people. You're trying to figure out, you got a list of people. You're like, okay, this person's like this person's like this person's like that. Nope, I don't like that type. I don't like that type. Oh, this is my type. And then you see the types that you're generally at. And
So
I
you
ended
peel
up,
back the onion.
yeah.
Okay.
Zombies eat onions. Zombies eat brains, David.
Brains.
David,
yes.
brains.
But brains have different layers.
Yeah.
So therefore, onions have different
Yeah.
layers.
Yeah. So like you gotta get, and then there's different parts of the brain that you use when you're in the whole phase. I mean, instant gratification.
I thought it's just the id. Yeah, the id. Bam. Id. Boom.
Id. Ego.
Yeah.
Ego is a big one. You know, you definitely have an ego, like, because you go. I remember going. I am not desirable. I am not pretty. I am not sexy.
Oh yeah.
I have not had a date since 1994.
The ugly phase. The ugly phase. I went through that too.
Yeah.
And people laughed at me.
I was like, yes, sweatpants and sweatshirts every day. And yes, I'm not eating. And yes, I look emaciated.
I remember talking to a friend of mine, telling her, no one's ever going to want me.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever going to want this. All of this is like wasted. And she laughed at me.
Yeah. I mean.
And still gives me a hard time today.
Well, David, there is someone for everybody.
Yeah.
And you lucked out, dude. Valerie, definitely.
Ain't no luck.
Don't you say everything's luck?
Night fever.
Everything's luck.
No.
Coincidence?
No.
Circumstance.
Circumcision? What?
What are you talking about? I mean,
this is like that one podcast. What?
Say what now?
Circumcision?
Say what now?
Yeah.
But I actually think, especially if you're dating in the zombie phase and the whole phase, right? Because you're dating kind of. It's like buying a car.
Wow. Come on with this one.
Right. So I thought about this on my way here, driving my car in the fucking traffic that's always in fucking Colorado. Is there never not construction or
back to the car?
Okay. So when you're looking to buy a new car, you may not need a new car. Some people don't need a new car, but they'd like to look for a new car. Some people, their car broke and they absolutely right now need a new car. So you're just like, okay, I'm going to try all these cars out. Well, I need a car today. So let me just date, right?
Test, drive.
Exactly.
Okay.
Someone like myself, I have a new car. I needed a new car because my car was on the verge of dying, right? I was able to test drive a bunch of them and look at a bunch of them and go to a bunch of places and try out of different types and different models and different classes. And, I knew what I wanted, but I needed to look outside that because I've only ever had the kind that I actually have now. I've had a 4Runner, I've had a Sequoia, whatever. So I was looking at them. I kept saying, you know what? They're too much, blah, 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 blah. But they retain their value, right? So let's be smart too. So I tried Nissan. I tried all these different. So when you're dating, you're trying all these things to see what you actually like. Because my case, I met my ex-husband when I was 20, 21.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know what dating's like now. And there's terms that no one knows, like ghosted and this.
Aren't you supposed to date to heal, not date to keep?
Well, exactly. Well, I did that. And then I found someone before I met Lance. And I was like, you know what? He's got potential. He's not a tool. He's not this. He's
not that much of a tool.
He doesn't eat terribly. I can handle his chewing. And we had fun together and we did adventures and all their stuff.
It's good until it's not.
And then I found out he was lying to me the whole fucking time. And then I hated everybody. I literally hated everybody. And I don't hate anybody. Like that word to me is like, it hurts.
So that's kind of like saying if you drove a car.
So I
drove a car and it was bad. You hate all cars. That's not right.
Exactly.
That's not right.
You have to go through that though.
But you don't hate all cars. But you don't hate all cars.
I know I love Toyotas.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about them.
But if you drove a Honda, had a bad experience, would you hate all Hondas?
I might.
Damn.
I might. Because I've actually had Hondas too, and I actually do like them. But I drove a fucking, I don't know, a Yugo. There's no leg room. I can't do this. No, I'm not even going to look at those now. I'm not even going to give that a moment.
Because Yugos are liars.
That's what happened. I was done. I was like, I'm just going to
Obviously not. You weren't done.
Well, listen, I was like, okay, I hate every car. Every car has to have gas and maintenance, and then the tires have to be changed and rotated, and you got to check the rack and pinion steering. And I don't even know all these words, but I know that they go with cars. And so
car and dating.
Maintenance, wow. There's just stuff. Dating is
oil.
Maintenance. Yeah.
Yes.
Dating is, you got to check the dipstick. Yeah. There's all these things.
That's what she said.
So I was just like, exactly what I said. Yep. And so I feel like it's like shopping for a car. You make the decision to pick someone based on all the accessories, or, I just like how this car looks, or this car's reliable. I like the gas mileage. I like this. And you really come to a decision when you decide, okay, I'm going to date this person a second time or a third time. I don't have to test drive anymore. I'm thinking about buying. This is what I'm looking for. I want it in this color. I want it in this style. I want it in this class. I want this, whatever. So I literally got to the point where, like, yes, we're talking about men now. I hated every one of them because I was zombie phase. I had nothing left to give. I've given my heart. I've been ghosted. I've been stalked. I've been, all this shit. Like, I was done. Like, human men I was done. And then this boy happens to be on Match that I paid for and all this other stuff.
I might as well get on Match because I paid for it.
Well, yeah, I had $27 in the bank and I paid 18 for a month, so I better fucking get it. And so, and I was, and I remember our first couple of weeks together. I'm like, nope, this is too good. Something's gonna happen. He's not real. I'm dreaming. There's no way that this human can be this nice, or, I don't know the word, like humble and kind, and yes, tough exterior because he had his job, he has to be like that, but like he was actually funny, not like, okay, because people are like, I'm funny. I'm like, no, you're not. He's actually funny. He actually cared what I liked. He listened. He let me be myself, and the squirrel that I am.
He was the perfect car.
He was my forerunner.
So are you buying or you lease option? What are you doing right now?
Well, at the moment, I have purchased this car.
All right.
I hope it doesn't break down.
All right.
I mean,
there you go.
Does
it come with a warranty?
I don't know.
You better check on that.
I know. I should check on that.
Bumper to bumper, baby.
That's part of the reason I bought that car.
Bumper to bumper. I like that.
I like how it rides.
Wow.
This is why my children are not allowed to listen to this podcast. They will throw up anyway.
I like the way my car rides.
Yeah. And so, all analogies aside, like you get
So there's what you're saying is there's hope for people in the zombie phase.
And there's at the car dealership.
Yep.
You don't feel like you're being taken for a ride.
You can find a man and a car. Damn it. There you go.
So yeah.
Or a woman.
Yeah.
Or a man.
I mean,
whatever you like.
You like the sleeker design. I like that. Rough and tough. That's what I got forerunner. I mean, don't you think that's great?
Sounds like Craftsman tools.
Literally on my way. On my way here in fucking traffic, I was like, life is like cars. It's like, look, why? Do you ever feel
look at that car?
Do you ever think like I would love to be a fly in the wall in a car? Like know what they're listening to, what they're going to, where they're going, what they're doing. Not really. I do. I love people and like how they got to where they are. Like a lot of people's issues are childhood trauma shit and goes into your marriage. And if you don't work on it, if you don't get help, if you don't heal, if you don't realize that you're in some kind of generational curse or some shit, or if you've always been a doormat, or if you've always dated narcissists because your mom was one, or, there's a lot of
like,
and I think that like divorce group helped me see that not all my problems were in my marriage. A lot of my ex brought his shit from childhood into our marriage. I brought shit from my child into our marriage. And when one of us was seeing the light, the other one wasn't there yet. And I think that's a lot of why our marriage ended. How we dealt with things, or how we let people talk to us, or how we allow people to talk to our spouse. And disrespect in your marriage just doesn't have to be I cheated, or I did this, or I did that. There's a lot of things that if you don't nurture your marriage, especially with like we talk about, love languages.
So everybody out there still married, think about getting divorced. Fix that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if it can't be,
we are not in the business to break up marriages.
No, absolutely not.
We want you to try to fix that shit.
If they can work out, and again, we're not talking abusive things. We're not talking, you need to get out for your safety, stuff like that. But there's things that can be worked out, and I don't know. It's just realize that other people have gone through this, and there are other phases. And we joke around a lot on here, but in seriousness, we're here to help, and we can't get you help. We might be able to help find someone to help you. Zombie Hoe Phase.
Zombie Hoe Phase.
I'm pretty sure I love the Zombie Hoe Phase. That was that's a great term.
So what's the closing statement about Zombie Hoe Phase. ZHP.
Don't drive cars early on.
Never test drive one with a stick. Can you drive a stick?
I can. My dad made sure I could drive a stick.
I bet you can.
Oh, my new car has a good stick, but it's an automatic. Sorry, babe. That was my awkward laugh.
It was it a 4-speed, 5-speed, or a 6-speed?
Dude, that got more speeds than most people can handle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
I mean, I love it when he checks under my hood.
Lean into your Zombie Hoe Phase, because she's going through one right now. I think she's kind of going back in time to a ZHP.
Babe,
yeah.
What time you get home tonight? I need to check the
that
oil. I'm like rubbing myself. What is happening here? I'm like getting sweaty.
Stop it.
I mean, it's not that kind of show, David.
All right. Well, thank everybody for listening about the Zombie Hoe Phase, because this podcast just morphed into something totally different. It was pretty good.
Next week, we're going to talk about what we haven't healed from.
Yes. Next week, we'll talk about what we haven't healed from. We're going to be candid. Candid.
We are not going to be funny at all.
No, it's going to be serious.
Cereal.
How about things we haven't healed from?
We're going to bring cereal in our wear our pajamas.
We're going to be we're going to be dead on and talk about what we haven't healed from, even after 2 years and 10 years.
27 years. You don't even know how long you've been fucking
11
and a half.
11. 11.
I love the number
Plus.
11.
Plus.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Have a nice night. Thank you
and
for
stay
listening.
tuned for our, hopefully we're doing something for our 100th.
Yep, 7 more episodes for 100.
Yipper.
All right, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Love ya. Bye.
Oh.
That was good. That's like art.